Hello Internet, welcome back to our tutorial series, episode 87, on pace here to be the longest running series so far on the channel. Let's take off the headgear, dump that in our clothing, I don't know, this is our unsorted pile, right? Is that right? Sort? Head. Yeah, I guess it did sort it, I just didn't see it. I thought it would update a tile. Anyway, let's do some vehicle work. Why don't we, since we were looking at the drill and whatnot in the previous episode, why don't we go ahead and do that now? Do we still have the toolbox in our inventory? We do. So that should be all we need for the tanks here. Let's go ahead and install a couple tanks. Install tank. Doesn't really matter where we put them. These are pretty low value items. Frankly, the tanks are not very important to me. If we ever lost a full tank, as long as it's not our fuel tank, it should be just fine. If we lost water or something, yeah, it's a bummer if you spent, 6 weeks making tea and whatnot. But yeah, if it's just water, it's not a big deal. We're actually a little blessed here. We can just drive up to this puddle and fill our vehicle. So let's go ahead and do that. This is pretty rare that you can do this in the forest tile because you really do need to pull, I believe, one tile away from it. So very close, which is not really doable in most forest tiles because of the trees. So if you ever need to fill your vehicle with water, the best place to do that, have we seen any pools? Pools are the best place. We have not found any pools. There are also pools at motels, so if you can find a motel. And those are pretty accessible. They're usually surrounded by a fence of some sort, but you can just smash the fence where you want to go through, pull your vehicle up to the puddle, the pool, and then fill nearby vehicle Humvee, and then it will let you select the tank. We'll go ahead and just fill this up. It does fill in 5 or rather half-liter increments, so this does take, forever to fill 60 liters. We don't actually need 60 liters. Sorry about the blinky screen. I don't think there's a better way to do this, so we'll just fill this thing up. We might as well fill it all the way to the brim. We're going to need water throughout the game. This will let us, since we now have a thing in our vehicle, we could just boil water. I mean, we don't have a pot at the moment. Why am I typing boil water? Clean water. Apparently, the hot plate counts. Oh, we do have a tool with boiling of 1 or more. What would I possibly have that has a boiling quality? Literally none of that. I guess it counts the vehicle kitchen unit as having a pot or whatever. It does require a pot and a pan, I believe, to craft. So you would assume you have the option for both. You know what? We're going to... Okay, stop. We don't have all of our tools. Let's hop out, grab our tools, drop the drill. Oh, we didn't even put a battery in the drill? Why? I guess just having it in your inventory gives you the quality for drilling. That's a bit disappointing. It should require a battery. We need a hacksaw. No, we have a toolbox. Toolbox has a hacksaw in it. We need the welder. And we're going to need the welding goggles, which ones are clean pile. Looks like this. Welding goggles. Anything else we need? I really don't like making a trip and then forgetting something and having to come back. We're going out because we're going to need more frames. We're going to want to expand the rear of this vehicle. We're also going to want cargo spaces. Do I have my bullets with me? We have 60 rounds. You know what? Instead of this, stop the vehicle. Get out. Let's repair our duffel bag. Grab some extra ammo. We're going to go up to where we saw that big old honking vehicle. Near that ballpark. Where was that? What am I looking for? Ball? I assume baseball field, yes. So right to the right of this was a large vehicle that had some external tanks. Those are the largest tanks in the game that you can put on a vehicle. So I wouldn't hate grabbing one of those. Plus it had a vehicle that I believe had cargo spaces in it. So we could go up there and get our guaranteed cargo spaces. And it would let us, by now, some of these zombies will have evolved. So there's a chance that there could be shockers or something that could give us CBMs. So I thought we would go up there. That's a little bit more exciting than just diving right into vehicle work after clearing the lab. We'll keep everything we picked up, but we will want to grab some more ammo. We're looking for 223. Nothing? Oh, my mistake. 0.223. Oh, where's the rest of our massive amount of ammunition? Where'd my bullets go? Oh, they're 5.56. Of course. So let's just grab like 60 more in case we need to reload on the fly. We do have other Stanag magazines, so we could grab a third magazine. No, don't reload. I don't know why you would default to, because I'm carrying the bows still. Let's go ahead and drop them on our guns pile. We want to reload the empty mag. That way we have an extra couple clips in case there's something really scary up there. Wield our gun. What was the other thing I was going to grab while I was here? I said grab ammo and, repair our, yes, let's repair our duffel bag because we may end up getting into some amount of combat and I would hate to have that get destroyed. It's currently our only bag of this size as far as I know. So we'll just go ahead and do this really quickly. Shouldn't take too long. I turned the AC on in between episodes to hopefully kill some of this humidity. I don't know why I tried to max that out. Should have just left that alone. And it did, but the instant you turn off the air conditioner, it immediately is just so unpleasant in this building. I need to, so if you don't know, America has decided to send out stimulus checks to basically every adult American. And I am, fun fact, an adult American. So I'm expecting a $1,200 check really any day now. And because I'm an adult, I am going to use that money responsibly for things like fixing my car, which is a very important thing for me. We do see quite a few. Oh, they're to our south. Not a concern. Unless I see a shocker or something, we're probably not going to stop. There's really nothing with our guns. I'm not really scared of anything at the moment. I think it's just north of here. Yes. So we'll swing up this way. There was a shocker out here that we killed previously. Unfortunately, that was a long time ago. He's probably rotted. And even if he wasn't, we had pulped him, so there's not a lot we would get out of him. Pulping a corpse reduces the amount of the CBM chance that you would normally have. So in general, if you're going to butcher something for CBMs, you don't want to pulp it. Nail gun, we'll take it, but I don't want it. Duelist annual. Piercing weapons to 1, we have piercing 3, but we'll take it. It's grayed out, which means it has no recipes, but it seems neat. So let's just come up here. Where did all the zombies go? Did we clear out more of this than I thought we did? Because remember when we were here, there was like literally 40 zombies in this place. Wow, none of you upgraded, huh? Look at this baseball diamond. Look at this thing. This is supposed to be a baseball. I remember when people implemented this, someone pointed out like, hey, this doesn't look remotely like a diamond. And they were like, yeah, well, you know, with an angle, it's kind of hard to do. It's actually not. It's very easy to make a perfect diamond when everything is in increments like this. So I'm not really sure why they went with this rectangle. But, okay, I mean, you know, not to crap all over someone's work. It just looks a bit silly. You know, don't hate me. It's true. You know it's true. I guess we'll just start shooting things. We do get the horde music, but again, nothing we saw there was remotely dangerous. And we do have the buffer of this chain link fence, which we can shoot through, but they will take a few turns to bash through. Just take a quick pan. We have a feral runner, a grabber. The zombie dogs can be annoying if they get up on us too quickly. But yeah, they literally everything has spotted us. Even though when I was just looking, most of them don't have. Oh, they heard the gunshots, of course, because I literally saw everything on the mini-map jerk in this direction, and it's because we're shooting. But that's okay. We're just going to start pumping rounds. Why would you default to so far away of a target when there's obviously a target much closer to me? Yeah, don't do that. Please stop doing that. That's very annoying, and it's going to cause us some problems. I assume it's because the fence is between us and the zombies, but still very obnoxious and not good. Now that we have a clear sight, it defaulted to her. Once again, defaulted way up there. That's going to be actually a major problem as we're trying to quickly and easily deal with these enemies, because it's going to slow down our ability to do this. Please stop moving, you bitch. I'm gonna kill her. Actually, I was trying not to swear in my tutorial series, so I shouldn't have said that probably. Alongside the story I told in the last episode, maybe shouldn't have said that. Yeah, it's not following them when I aim at them. I gotta assume it's the chain link fence being between us, but God, that's annoying. Again, the dogs, if they close ground with us, can be pretty tricky to deal with because they'll be hitting us all the time, but God, it's so annoying. Always with the ignore messages. Alright, we'll just wait for him to get close enough to critical, and we'll deal with him. Okay, this is infuriating. Let's move here instead. Oh, still defaulting to that damn scarred zombie, which is not great. Can we even get aim on him? I really wish they would remove the warning message when you're manually aiming. Because it is infuriating to be pressing 5 to increase our aim and basically getting interrupted every single time an enemy gets to take a move. I totally get why it's there, because if people press like the precise aim button, it's going to jump to this aim and it's not going to give them a chance to stop. But honestly, that is their problem. I feel like I manually aim at everything. So we've discussed this in a previous episode. When you aim at a target, you can press 5 to steady your aim, which will increase our current aim slowly over time while using up small amounts of movement. Whereas if I just press P, it will jump to that particular movement, or rather that particular accuracy, and then fire. And honestly, if you're pressing that button and there's a zombie right next to you, you deserve to get hit, right? Like, that's not something that I should have to suffer for. I manually aim. I'm very responsible. I make sure I get my aim all the way up. The problem with that is that, yes, every time we aim and someone gets to move, we get that message, which is borderline infuriating. It's also not letting me, it's not auto-aiming through the fence. Yeah, that fence is really starting to annoy me. So we'll kill them, clear them out here. Got the church bells ringing across town. It must be a, I don't know. It is Sunday. I don't know why they would be ringing at like 5 in the evening. Time is it? 7. Oh, my mistake. It's 7 o'clock already. I sleep in on the weekends. Why did you guys, instead of following the sound, they seem to have clustered at 3 points in the field, which is odd. Is this a hole through? No, this is yellow pavement. Why is there yellow pavement? Why didn't you just make a base item? Why'd you just use pavement? Whatever. I thought it was a hole to the next level, which made me think there was something underneath here. Whatever, they're not really interested in us, so let's try to smash them, see what comes over here, and we'll deal with them. We did draw some attention. I didn't want to leave the bodies unsmashed, mostly, is why I did this. Because I hate leaving bodies behind. It just is a etiquette thing. You gotta figure you don't want to deal with them in the future once you've killed them already. Plus, roleplay reasons. If someone else, why default to this guy, please? If, we're role-playing, obviously we would not leave zombie corpses in the world for some other poor survivor to stumble across. We would not want them to have to, walk up to this baseball diamond and then find out that all the enemies are resurrecting around them. That's obviously not a very Samaritan type of thing to do. So we'll grab the Atreyu pan. It's an antibiotic. Other than that, I'm not really interested in what's on the bodies here. So I'm not super concerned. These scarred zombies can do some interesting things, but this guy didn't seem to do anything. Or rather, they're an interesting creature, I should say, is a more accurate way of saying that. Do see quite a few enemies to our north. They're at the edge of our vision radius, so I'm not really worried about them. There are some cargo spaces. There's a shady zombie, which, have we talked about shadies at this point? I don't know if we did or not. They're invisible when they're in the darkness, which is like, not that big of a deal. And they used to spawn in huge hordes, which they don't anymore. So it's like, they're not really dangerous at all. I'm seeing things I want. This is a food truck? Ice cream truck. Well, that means it has a freezer in it. That would be great, because then we don't have to make one ourselves. We could just pull one out of this. Problem is, all this stuff that I want access to is surrounded by many, many enemies. So, I would like cargo spaces. I would like these tanks and possibly some of the armor. How do I get in this thing? There we go. What do you got back here? Mounted M2 Browning, so 50 cal. So let's unload that and take the 50 cal ammo with us. Where's that at? 26 rounds, not that much. What is... Oh, it's a little baby chick. I thought that was an item. Hello, baby chicken. Examine vehicle. Yeah, you'll see here they have 200-liter tanks, which are, as far as I know, the largest tanks you can put on your vehicle. I don't usually use them because they have to be external. You can't install them on the interior. And so if you're a bad driver, like I am, it's very easy to clip one of these and knock it off. You'll see this one is draining because it's been damaged. We can see that again by the red asterisk here. And we don't care about the diesel, although it's funny that this 200-liter tank only has 4 liters of diesel in it. And then everything here is armored. So like if I look at any of these exteriors, you'll see it has military composite armor plating. Now so does our vehicle. If we scroll way down here, many of these tiles are armor plated. Many of them are not. So like the front that came with this vehicle is armor plated. The random installations we've done back here are not. I don't really feel the need to take a lot of armor plating with us. On the plus side, we should, because if the vehicle ever gets damaged to the point where something gets destroyed... Oh, they're fighting an iBot. I see. Yes, an iBot is here. Again, iBots... What building is that? Gun store. Oh, I've been in there. That is probably why they're clustered there. They probably heard the alarm go off when we were in the building. Then they all migrated over here. Basically, iBots spawn when an alarm goes off. There's either a chance or a guarantee, I'm not sure, of the iBot spawning. The iBot then will take pictures of enemies and yourself if you're carrying a weapon or whatever. And when they do that, it will generate in a robot nearby a lot of times. So what often happens is these guys will spawn riot bots. Excuse me, no. There's riot bots, secu bots, the UG. Yeah, it would be a riot bot, which is a non-lethal robot. It will release a gas which will knock you unconscious. And I believe they have a handcuff ability. So like if you drop your weapon, they will handcuff you, which will then bind your hands and not allow you to use your hands until the automatic timer on the handcuffs is up, which I've only had happen to me once. I don't even know if they still do that. Something quick. Oh, it's a child zombie. I was going to say something fast down here. I'm not sure if they even still do that, but if they do, you know, obviously you don't want to be handcuffed in the zombie apocalypse. Man, I hate that so much. Go ahead. Oh, God. It's just annoying. You get that it's annoying, right? To constantly have to manually aim at everything. Let's just go up here. What I'm afraid of happening is that they're going to destroy this vehicle. If so basically they're up here. Oh, got a limo over here. Those come with a recharging station if you're ever looking for one. Can't make one yourself. My fear is that they'll see me kind of down here, and most likely they'll come track and destroy this. But there's a chance some of them will get caught on the truck, and if they destroy the freezer, I'm going to be upset. So let's just keep eyes around us here as we go forward. And I'm not really... They are aware of me, but there's also the iBot. Let's instead... Hello, zombies. Let's instead approach them from the east. So let's deal with these guys. We're out of ammo already? Yeah, I don't think I have enough... Yes, stop. I don't think I have enough ammo to actually take on the horde now that I'm thinking about it. We should have dumped more in the rear of our vehicle. There's no reason not to carry ammo with us. So go ahead and reload. Yeah, we definitely don't have enough ammo to deal with this. Oh, this is what I meant when I said I really hate going out to do something and then forgetting an object and having to go back for it. Because I should have definitely brought more bullets, anticipating that there could be hordes here. Again, we're not in any real danger as far as I'm concerned. Worst case scenario, we retreat back to our vehicle and drive away. So if we got in a predicament where we really thought we were in danger, we would just run away. And we did discuss previously about how once you have the rifle and the infinite ammo, more or less, how the game changes. And you can see that already in how we're behaving now. Because previously when we explored here, he had riot armor on him. That's neat. Probably better than what we have, but I'm not going to take the time to repair it. especially because all we have to do is raise our tailoring a few points and we'll get chitin armor anyway. These don't seem super interested in me. You're very slow. What are you, of course, decaying zombie. I would like if you did not destroy all the cargo spaces. That'd be great. As long as they're distracted by the eye, they're not distracted. They must have killed the eyebot. They did. So now we're been revealed to this enormous horde. So what we're going to do, we're going to backtrack. We're going to sprint a lot of the way to kind of put some distance between us. We're going to slow down. We're going to hop in our vehicle. This is like a pointless endeavor anyway. All we're doing is looking for cargo spaces. We could just wander around and find a more suitable place to find those items. I really just wanted to be done with it. And honestly, I wanted to kill some stuff because we haven't done that in a while. But now that I've done it, I'm remembering how freaking tedious it can be to deal with a whole horde like that. Where have we not been in this town? We've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. So let's... Yeah, just houses. Yeah, this town, as we discussed previously, is not very good. Having the gun shops and the military surplus was probably the best things in the town, which we've now explored and are not that valuable. So I'm way down here. The only other thing I'm seeing that we might want to hit is it's a dollar store. I was going to say the bank, but it's not even a bank. It's a dollar store. Get me out of here. Nope. Go forward, please. If we look at this vehicle, probably has... Nope, no cargo spaces. Yeah, I don't know a better place to get them. I really don't feel like dealing with the horde. There's a couple cargo spaces. We could just steal these. In general, it's almost never worth it to clear a horde unless you're in a very important position. So, like, if we were trying to get to that gun shop and had not explored it, it may be beneficial to clear out the horde in front. But with a horde that dense, where it was like, I don't know, probably 35 enemies, the amount of bullets and effort you're going to expend is generally not worth the reward that you get. It's one of the reasons I lose interest so much in Cataclysm towards the later parts of the game, is that it just becomes an effort of, like, you have to clear a huge horde to get into a town, but once you get into a town, there's nothing there but houses anyway, so it's never ever worth the effort. And it just kind of, like, from a realism perspective, it makes perfect sense, right? As you go... Okay, well, I can't pick all this up. As you go through the apocalypse, obviously... Oh, I did not even notice you, my friend. Hello. You, shouldn't have done that. I shot my car. Oops. Okay. Didn't even notice that guy there. So we'll clear these guys just to get them out of here. Ignore. I suppose if I used the non-manual aiming, maybe those messages would not be as obnoxious, because they would only pop up like once per fire. So if I go FP, yeah, it's not even giving me the pop-ups. Still, I really do prefer manually aiming. Oh, this is the railway station. Ah, hello. Dissolute Devourer. Okay. So Dissolute Devourers. This episode's all over the place. I apologize. You know, I had somebody the other day. I always say I'm not very proud of my videos. And somebody was like, this dude just wants to have like a pity party. He wants people to compliment him. It's not actually that. It's actually that I feel like I don't make good content, you know? So when I say, like, man, this episode's been all over the place, or man, I can't focus on anything, that's, to me, an indicator of low-quality video. It's not actually just me complaining because I want to have a pity party. It's me being disappointed in myself because I want to be more professional and do better at things. So probably maybe not the right place to even discuss that, but I wanted to say that because I just, again, complained about myself. Anyway, Dissolute Devourers are a relative recent addition to the game. They're maybe 4 months old at this point. Basically, let's read it. Human bodies fuse together into a colossus with heads and limbs sticking out of its bloated body. You may have trouble estimating its healthiness, and its capabilities might change. Yes, so this is a pretty complex creature as far as things go. The way this works, I believe they start as decayed zombies. They evolve over time into Dissolute Devourers. I'm a little surprised to see one this early. What day are we on? Day 85. So we've been playing for 24 days. Actually, that's about right. So basically, a Disillusioned Devourer is an interesting, kind of complicated creature to talk about because its capabilities change over time. The main thing about this creature is that it has an ability, I don't know what it's called, it's probably like merge or something like that, that allows it to combine with adjacent enemies. So every so often, when this creature is near another creature, it will absorb that creature into itself. When this happens, the Disillusioned Devourer gets larger, gets scarier, basically, is what it does. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it gets more potent the more enemies that it absorbs into itself. Or rather, for it, it's not an enemy, it's a companion as another zombie. But the more that it absorbs, the stronger and bigger and scarier that it gets. So if you see one, 100% you should try to kill it. It does specifically say you will have trouble estimating its healthiness. Last time I fought one, which was like the last time I remember fighting one, shortly after they were released, we pumped quite a lot of rounds into it and had virtually no impact on its health. It was still displaying as fully healthy after many, many bullets. However, at some point, it shifted and it took like 2 bullets to drop it from fully healthy to dead. So I think it just lies about its current health, or that may be a bug, I really don't know. But if you come across one, I would highly recommend killing it because it will get stronger and scarier over time. Give me the high capacity. So we're going to draw their attention here. We are low-ish on ammunition, so if we get into a fight with it and have to run away, that could be problematic if we run out of ammunition, because we are down to about 1.5 clips, 1 1/3 clips, which is not great. And actually, now that I'm looking, there's quite a few to our right as well. I think we will shoot this and hopefully kill it, and then we will retreat instead of fighting the whole horde. Again, oh, it actually dropped its health immediately. So it's possible that this one is very small and has not upgraded, which makes it much weaker, or it's possible that the healthiness that I was experiencing after it was implemented may just have been kind of buggy. So that's interesting that it went down in 3 shots. I really thought it would tank much better. Use the auto fire. Nope, the auto fire still brings up the message. So infuriating. This message is probably the bane of my existence once I get an assault rifle like this. And we've never really discussed it, but we do have burst fire on this rifle, which is something that if... oh, we're out, so go ahead and swap. If we're in a situation where there's a tank or a brute or something rolling up on us like this, we could swap to fully automatic fire or burst fire. If we hit capital F, it is just auto fire. It's not actually burst. Now in Cataclysm, auto fire is handled like burst. So if I hit fire on an enemy, it will fire a certain number of shots, I guess, depending on the weapon. I think in my experience, it's usually like 4 rounds. So just something to keep in mind. And we'll toggle back to, oh, there's 3-round burst. Okay. And then we'll toggle back to semi-auto because that affords us the most control. So we'll go ahead and do this. Put these guys down. I guess we'll just clear them out since it didn't take all of our bullets to kill the Disillusioned Devourer. We must have caught him early because he was very squishy. They do get... they're not like the most dangerous thing in the world, but if you let them get out of control and they get to their peak size and stuff, they're definitely something you don't want to melee. How about that? Once you have a gun, not such a big deal, but yeah, definitely would not recommend walking up and punching him. They get quite strong and have a pretty decent reserve of health. Additionally, like I said, they are a creature that it doesn't actually upgrade again. It simply fuses more enemies into it. So like, if you leave it alone for 6 months, it's not going to turn into something scarier, but the longer it can spend nearby other zombies, the more likely it is to get stronger and scarier and etc. Ignore. Kid, just come over here. Ignore. Ugh. Maybe if it wasn't the I key, so like I could just hit enter or something next to my numpad, so I didn't have to take my hand off the keyboard to hit shift I every time. It would infuriate me a little bit less. Okay, they're not thinning out at all, so what I'm going to do is just retreat to our vehicle. We're like out of ammo. I don't want to deal with this. This whole thing has been just obnoxious. I really thought this would go a little bit smoother. Pop back in my car, go back to base. We need to keep ammo in our car. There's no reason I should have left without additional ammo. We're at 30 minutes. Man, I freaking wasted this whole episode. What a crap. Okay. Anyway, let's head back to base. And we will reload and whatnot, because I'd like to go back and pulp the Disilluted Devourer at least. I just don't want to deal with it. Previously, when I've killed them, they've exploded and didn't need pulping, but that one left a corpse. So I think maybe I just didn't understand what I was doing. Oh wait, I put loose bullets in my inventory. Still, we only had 30 more rounds. Drop the BMG ammo belt. Don't drop the nail gun. Give me 556. Give me like 1,000 rounds. Come out here, reload everything. Yeah, don't need all this with us. Yeah, it was such a waste of an episode. I apologize, internet. I had a plan, and then once I go out, it's like everything just turns to crap, and you end up frustrated and tedious horde dealing with, and it's, you know, it's fun to feel powerful and stuff, but it's also like real obnoxious. Like I said, that constant interrupt of having to hit the ignore key is like absolutely infuriating, and really makes that a lot less. It takes something that's already pretty tedious and makes it like 1,000% more tedious. Just eat some garbage here to fill our stomach. We'll go back. I guess we'll continue clearing out the horde. Unfortunately, I would like to get some cargo spaces. The whole point of going out was to accumulate some more vehicle parts, which we absolutely failed in our mission of. So that's always disappointing. So for now, we'll head back and we'll call the episode there. I apologize. We didn't even do commentary. Like, it was just such a... You know what? Just hit them. Yeah. You feel sick from inhaling the gas. Yeah, what a shock. I don't know if we've talked about it at length. Vehicles are very potent weapons if you can drive and are not an idiot. I'm not good at either of those things, driving or not being an idiot. Now, the general drawback... Oh, you're in my vehicle. That's, no, zoom in. You shouldn't be here. The general drawback is that as you kill enemies, pulp. No, don't pull the handbrake, dummy. As you kill enemies, you will be driving over their corpses, so anything they have on them will be destroyed over time if you're pathing back and forth over the same general area. But yeah, vehicles very potent as weapons, and generally the damage that you receive is pretty minor, especially if you have something like we do, which is these extra frames with composite plating. Now, you may have noticed that when I hit enemies, it does jerk our steering to one side or the other, so that can be a little bit problematic. I believe that gets better as you level your driving skill, but I'm not 100%. And putting a RAM on the vehicle would help as well. I think for now, I want to call the episode because I'm a little salty about how that went. And it'd be better to take a break rather than push forward and try to record when you're in a bad mood. So, for now, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'll be back with more in the near future, and I'll see you next time.